Alright, hello there everyone, whomever might be there. We have both Sojan and Mongrel Sovereign with us tonight, hanging out in voice chat so far. Alright, and we're going to start with the holiest of oils, the known oil. Just to get the basis here, and then we're going to work more on the variant abominations. I just let Sojan do that for me. He does it in binaric, so it's done quicker.
And a triplicate.
Yeah.
That'd be quicker if it's done in binary.
Whoa!
Okay.
Well, shit. Thank you, Doc. And a level 3 hype train. Good lord. Hi.
Well,
That's...
decided to say hello in a big opening way tonight.
I guess he did. Good lord. I mean, thank you.
Hi, Doc.
Hello.
He wanted to make his presence known tonight.
Yeah, he did, and you did in spades.
Well, you know, I gave out gift subs to some other streamers I watch. I can't not give them to you.
Okay, well, again, that's what I appreciates about you.
Is that what you appreciate about him?
One of many things. He is the fastest mod in the West, at least here. And plus, he gets to tell us now what he's working on tonight.
Right.
Working on going to sleep.
What model are you working on tonight?
It's been a long fucking day. Don't test me. I'm glad that I have this stream so I can see your facial expression.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna make any excuses. I ain't gonna be bullied.
Okay, great. What are you going to work on then?
Get some Legos. Would that count?
It's hobbying, sure.
We'll allow it.
Yeah.
You don't build Legos for a living, right?
Yeah.
I don't. No.
Judges?
That's a hobby, bud.
We get a
Judges from the back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Judges
I know,
say,
delay
It's
capture. Does that count if he works on Legos during the stream?
Yeah.
Alright. Judge says yes.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there you go.
Legos.
Hello there.
Well, hey there, Ty. You got gifted a subscription, I think.
I
Did
didn't.
you?
I think he was one of the ones, or...
Nope, he's
I don't-
not.
No.
I know I did.
Yep. Okay, now, the real question now is, do I paint all the barnacles, or do I just leave it as is for the most part?
You should paint each of them a separate color.
No, I had flashbacks of the goddamn gem dragon, thanks to the memories on Facebook.
I was just gonna say you ought to dry brush him a different color.
Alright.
I'm helping.
Yep. You guys are.
I mean, it's not your thirst for blood, so we don't have to be complete asshats.
Just slight asshats.
Correct.
Okay. And I thought I had a bone-colored dry brush color somewhere.
Probably do.
I probably do. I might could. There it is. We'll go Tyrant Skull.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay. Another one of your biker mice from Mars.
Correct. Well, now I've got to actually build the Warlock Bombardier, which is the one that gets to carry the big grenade launcher.
Okay.
Grenades.
The Mohawk grenade.
Look, man, if you're gonna do it, make it so we can make a big boom.
And yes, Ty, I will dry brush them for quickness. But yeah, I didn't feel quite like drinking the whiskey that I won over the weekend tonight. So Jan.
Oh, you won some whiskey?
Yeah, at a fundraiser for Buddy's kids' school. It was almost 2 liters of Tulwar Dew.
2 liters? That's a lot.
Yeah, like 1.75 liters.
Oh, well, yeah. A friend of mine had a good name for those home wreckers. 1.75 home wrecker.
Yeah,
Only a home record, we let it be.
yeah. And I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
Pretty much just Jameson, so.
yeah.
But it's not Jameson Orange.
No, it's not, but it's Jameson adjacent.
I pretty much made myself a Jameson Orange tonight.
All right. I didn't quite feel like drinking tonight. Like, even Delay was just like, well, don't pour yourself a drink, but, like, see if there's a beer in the fridge that you want. I just kind of looked. I'm like, nothing's speaking to me tonight.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually out of Jameson Orange, otherwise I would be having something in the soda right now.
Man, I was at Hy-Vee the other day.
Mm-hmm.
They had a $2,000 bottle of whiskey.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I was surprised to say the least. Also, that was the price on sale, apparently.
What brand was it?
I don't remember. I want to say it was Johnny Walker, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That would actually make sense.
Johnny
It's
Walker
probably one
Blue
of the,
Label.
Yeah, blues. Or the single barrels.
Well, it may not have been Johnny Walker then, because it came in a red box.
Yeah,
I think
but Johnny Rocker Red is
it's like
the
cheap-
normal-ish stuff, if I remember right.
Let's find out, shall we? We have to the internets. Let's see. Doesn't look like that's the expensive one, so which I know black is somewhat expensive.
Yeah, blue and black are usually there.
If it is Johnny, it's probably some special single malt or single barrel
Right. Yeah, like the Johnny
anniversary
Walker.
edition.
As I say, I see a Johnny Walker Blue Label limited edition, 750 ml bottle for like almost $990.
You know, I'll have to go back to the grocery store and buy it so we can understand it.
Yes, I am on board with this plan.
You know?
I mean, okay, it sounds like we're getting together and having drinks one night.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Cat B of this, or
Oh,
part
so
B of this cat plan.
yeah. Though one of us will have to bring Coke just so we can like mix it with that.
I swear to God, if you bring Coke to mix with $2,000 whiskey, I will kill you.
No, I've told you that story before though, right?
No, I don't think so.
So this is one of the few stories I'll actually tell of my ex on stream. But so I had like a bottle of sherry cask finished Glenfiddich.
Oh,
Nice.
And yeah, you know, I paid about like $80 or $90 for the bottle. So you know, it wasn't overly expensive, but it wasn't cheap either. And one night she was fixing a drink, and I saw her pour some of that in, and then grabbed a Diet Coke and started to cut it with that, and I immediately stopped her from that, going, "What the hell are you doing?" And she's like, "Well, I wanted a drink." And I'm just like, no, you never cut this with Coke or anything like that. This does not get mixed. At most, it gets a little bit of water, or it's over ice.
Yeah.
And from that day forward, she never touched any of my scotches ever again. They said, if we're out, I will always get you something else so that way you can mix it. But this is one of the things that never gets done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, Diet Dr. Pepper will hide all flavors.
We're talking about a $2,000 bottle of whiskey. No. Get
No.
out, Trav.
Trav, you're drunk. Go home. How you been, bud?
Good, how you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good.
Trying to remember. You guys ever had Flaming Dr. Pepper shots?
Yes.
No.
What is that? Is that Dr. Pepper mixed with Fireball?
No, it's
Or is this like someone's take on the Flaming Moe?
it's I don't know what the Flaming Moe is, but you light. What is it? It's Bacardi 151. Was there another alcohol in there? So it's Bacardi 151. You light it on fire. You drop it into the other cup with the Dr. Pepper. And why do I want to say there was something else in with it? And you chug it. It's good. Gets you fucked up fast.
I bet.
Yeah, I would think. Bacardi 151.
But like
Let's
it,
ruin the whole week.
but you don't taste any alcohol.
Oh.
I don't know. And we're like not talking like, we're talking like, you know, not a ton of Dr. Pepper to the amount of alcohol you're drinking.
Yeah.
And it just, the Diet Dr. Pepper hides all taste.
Yeah, there's a lot of flavors going on with Dr. Pepper, so.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, the dry brushing kind of made those look pretty nice.
You know what, I'm just gonna call. I'm just gonna call and see if they'll tell me what kind of whiskey it is. I'll be back.
Wow, bothering you that much. I mean, we didn't mean to. We're just curious, that's all.
No, I need to know.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back.
What was the name of the ridiculous $2,000 bottle of alcohol you had in the store?
Booze. Well, it was this. Okay, thanks. Do you want us to put it on hold? Nah.
I'll never understand the pricings on alcohol like that. Like, don't get me wrong. There's definitely like a grade variance that you can taste from like the fucking Silver Wolf vodka to Kirchhoff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but you can taste the burn and the tub on the one. But like, at a certain point, like, it can't get amazingly better where you're spending $2,000 on a bottle, unless you have that kind of money to throw around.
Yeah.
That's why you're spending that kind of money, because you have that kind of money.
Yeah, because like, you know, 2 beers in, I can switch to Bush. It's not good, but I can do it. Or Bud, or anything really.
Mm-hmm.
The one that always makes me laugh is when they spend just a lot of money on vodka when really, really good vodka should taste like nothing.
Yeah. I personally think that like Smirnoff 100 proof is smoother than Smirnoff 80 proof.
And yeah, not all the flavors are good. Ty.
And I'm not saying that's like a good vodka or anything. I'm just saying that for my college drinking days, that was my opinion.
Yeah. And for the webbing, we're just going to go with Deepkin flesh because that just seems to be appropriate.
Yeah, just to be good.
kind of ready to go to Dark Tide. Or back to Dark Tide, I should
Yeah.
say.
I saw it look like they're dropping a new big addition for Dark Tide.
Yeah, something in December there where they're adding a new play. You know, I wasn't playing that at the highest difficulty level. And Space Marine, like, it's fun. There's not much left to do in that game other than just play the maps.
My ADHD has just kicked in a different direction, so I haven't been super into the video games at the moment.
You mean you're plowing through books 2 books a day?
And he picked up miniature painting.
Yes.
What was that?
I picked up miniature painting also.
Oh.
Some a-holes talked me into it.
Yeah, we just showed you the door. You decided when you wanted to walk through it.
Look, we looked at you and said there's a red and a blue pill. It doesn't matter which one you take. You're fucked either way. So take your pick and have fun.
Yeah.
It was inevitable. So
Yeah, like your
the
wife
wife
said.
even looked at me the one day, was like, "I'm surprised you didn't do that earlier." I was like,
See, even your wife was like, "Yep, this is inevitable."
You avoided the trap for as long as you could.
Yep, next logical step was just to spring the trap.
Of course it's a trap. Bring the trap. Go.
Next, I'm painting Imperator Titan.
It wouldn't surprise me. Actually, it would surprise me more that it was an Imperator Titan and not a Warhound Titan. Oh, hey, Sojam, want to get that?
Nope.
Since Doc's busy figuring out what that expensive bottle was. Or he just used that as his excuse to leave.
I mean, he's still sitting in chat recording this, but he might have used it as his excuse to leave the room.
Yep.
That way we can't harass him about not building something.
Yeah.
Especially when we gave him an easy build Legos and it still counts.
Yep.
Hey Trav, you read through the 8th book of Nuketown?
No, I have not yet. I forgot that it came out.
Oh, and have you guys read or seen anything about Trench Crusade?
That's the one you sent the other day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a bunch of friends who are talking about it right now.
I mean, the lore is fascinating, the models look cool, and that's about where, like, and the rules seem kind of simple, but I haven't, like, delved into that either, but,
Okay, I am back from my phone call with the grocery store, which took a lot longer than I expected.
okay,
It was not Scotch.
alright.
It is Woodford Reserve Baccarat bourbon, finished in XO cognac barrels. Price $2,099.
Alright. So, did you tell him you'll take 8?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Crafty consumer there, Zoidberg.
Right, not Zoidberg.
Yeah.
They did have They also had a $1,500 bottle or something, but
Oh, only?
About what that one was.
That's it?
That's it. I got nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mongrel, you were saying you got a few buddies that are interested in that?
I said I have a few buddies that have been talking about it. I will be honest, I haven't paid a ton of attention to it myself.
Yeah.
Because I already have enough miniature hobby addictions. I don't need another one.
Oh, I know. Like, myself, it's just more like kind of reading on the lore and just like questions about the lore and stuff like that. So,
Sure.
for those of you who don't know what it is, here we go. So it's an alternate world history that where after the First Crusade, Templars found a artifact in the ruins of Jerusalem, and it whispered dark secrets to them. And then, so they started following what the dark secrets were and opened a literal portal to hell in Jerusalem in like what was it, like 1099 or something like that. And so then the forces of hell are very real, the forces of heaven are very real in this. Fast forward 800 plus years to the year 1914, the war is still going on, and there's been like like the only thing that's actually like making sure that the world hasn't fallen yet is that the forces of hell can't cooperate enough to take over the world, because they just kind of keep messing each other up. And there's like weird advancements in science. Apparently they've cloned Christ 7 times in this setting.
What?
Yeah, and like literally eaten its flesh, and that's how like they made these things called paladins, which are like 12 to 13 foot tall people that can, because a normal person cannot walk into the gates of hell unless they are wicked, and these things can, have, and came back from it.
Okay.
Yeah. And just all sorts of other just like weird, cool, and it's like the models are grotesque, but like fascinating grotesque, not just kind of like, oh god, that's just there's no, they're not doing it just for the ick factor. And there's also like there's New Antioch, which is just like the bastion of the church. And then there's an Islamic faction too, which I forget what they're called, but like their city is called the Great Iron City with the 2 horns that pierce the sky. And
Cool.
yeah, like it's cool sounding lore. It's fascinatingly grotesque models. And yeah, just it's an interesting setting, and I'm just kind of like reading up on lore and stuff like that. If I get some miniatures at some point, great, but otherwise I am not going to really go too far out of my way for this.
What's the game called?
Trench Crusade.
Trench Crusade?
Yeah, like trench warfare.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched the Kickstarter thing for it.
Yeah, and the Kickstarter... Oh, go ahead.
The best way I think, and again, this was just that one video, right?
Uh-huh.
I just definitely got like, I don't know which it just thought of like an internal conflict of trenches in Warhammer. You know, like obviously they have other lore, but that I got very big vibes of that. Like,
oh yeah, it's super
like,
grimdark.
Like in the Eye of Terror or something like that. Like one of those blood planets where all they do is just fight.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, like I said, I've had friends who have talked about it a little bit, and it seems interesting. It sounds cool, it sounds interesting, which means I have to not even look at it because
Otherwise, oops, we lost Mongrel.
it won't be oops, we lost Mongrel, it'll be oops, Mongrel has another new hobby on top of his other miniature hobbies in which he's already struggling to keep up with. Shit.
Yep.
Like, well, here's 5 more things I have to do today.
Yep, and I'm just like, nope, can't do it, gotta stay clear.
Yeah, and I respect the hell out of that too.
But I think it'd be very cool to dig into the lore.
Yeah, and that's about all I'm doing right now too. And like, even in their own lore primer, they have a note underneath that this is incomplete and biased. Like it's all
Ow.
like it's all from the point of view from the church.
They set up the false narrative so they can change anything they want.
Exactly. They made themselves the unreliable narrator so they can change it up if they want.
Sense.
Oh yeah, sorry, the person that was saying that was lying, so...
Yeah, they were heretics, so this is the true truth now. Oh, and the other guy that was telling you the true truth now, well, he's a heretic too, so this is the true truth.
You know what this sounds like, right?
What does this sound like?
This sounds like that scene from Monty Python in the Search for the Holy Grail, where it's, sorry about that scene. The guys who did that scene have been sacked. And now the guys who have been sacked who did that scene have now been sacked.
Exactly. Mind you, moose bites can be pretty nasty.
Just said it before I was about to. Oh god.
Suggestive poses for the moose suggested by.
I didn't even have to do green stuff for that. That
What, for the moose bites?
Yes, Moose bites.
Moose knuckles? What?
No. Hey, wow. Damn, Sergeant. Jesus.
God, I wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
Then you should take about 20% off their script so
But then I wouldn't be squirrely.
Had a coworker just get a tattoo on his leg, and it's like 3 crosses on a hill.
Okay.
I saw it, and the song came into my head. His Life of Brian.
Oh, always look on the bright side of life.
Every time I see him, that's all I can think.
Oh,
If you have his cell phone number, you should put it in as his ringtone.
There are points where I have to say, are we sure we're not terrible people?
Are we the baddies?
wait a
We're
minute.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I also have to ask, by the way, did the rest of you guys see the reveals that they did on Friday?
I have not.
Oh my god. I am going to be such a broke bitch come January.
So what's give us the juice that you squeezed.
Oh my god. Okay, so we have a new Kriegsman commander
Ooh.
who's coming. So you know the Lord Solar, right?
Yeah.
So it's very similar posed Krieg commander that let's see here. His name is Lord Marshal Varnon Dreyer.
Okay.
Here because I'm not just gonna talk about this and not show
Okay. And actually, if you want to post it in chat too, so that way
Sure.
anyone else wants to read along with the book.
So anyway, they showed off the new Lord Marshal Commander for the Kriegsmen,
Ooh.
and they talked about how like he's gonna supposedly have like art to kill, so even after you kill him once, he's possibly going to be able to come back to life with wounds, like a true Kriegsman.
Yep.
They showed off the new Death Rider models, which, speaking of, here, I'm also doing this. There's the full link if you want to be able to go and see it yourself. Same thing there. And then... See, there it is.
Okay.
That's the link to the article itself. But the new Kriegsmen horses are slightly mutated. They don't have hoofed.
Yeah, I see that. They have feet.
They have claws and feet, but all their horses are wearing gas masks.
Yeah.
Which I was like, yes!
Commit to the bit.
Well, and then we're getting the Kriegsman Engineer Squad. So, like, the engineers will actually have, I think it's, the remote mines. So you actually have, like, the little drill mines, which are going to be cool as hell.
Uh-huh.
The new Krieg artillery piece.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. That looks sweet.
You think that looks sweet, Sefton? It's a 130mm base.
Dang.
That's
It's-
big.
It's huge.
Big chunky boy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that is cool.
Uh-huh. And it has multiple variants.
Well, of course it does.
Uh-huh. It has the quad launcher, the heavy mortar, heavy quad launcher, multiple rocket launcher, and the siege cannon. So, like, I am so looking forward to those. And then they also showed off the new Krieg command squad, which has the Krieg Commissar, the, like, Lieutenant Commissar, who's a Kriegsman, their Alchemist, who is effectively the command squad's medic, which is fantastic. And then the bannerman in that made me go, woo! Love that banner. And then we're even getting heavy support squads for the Kriegsmen.
That look amazing.
Uh-huh. Freaking heavy stubbers and the Lascannon, and then heavy flamers as well. Oh!
Yeah, that mounted heavy flamer looked pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yep. Like I said, I'm gonna be a broke mother trucker come January. And in case you were wondering, they actually clarify at the very bottom of the article that the field ordnance batteries that have been out currently are not going away when the new Kriegsman artillery piece comes in.
Okay.
So you could run 3 of those big ass artillery cannons and then still run 6 field ordnance batteries. So if you want to play the game of artillery, you can do it now.
Badow, badow.
Correct. Badow. And then, Gareth, I have one other thing for you specifically.
Yes.
As soon as I saw the reveals, I was like, oh, this makes me think of Gareth.
Alright.
Specifically, it's the new Goblin Wolf Riders.
Okay.
So I'm just posting the leader. And then, of course, in chat, in case anybody else is curious about the Goblin stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. That thing is fantastic. So, looking at further down, there are Goblin Riders that are actually like 2 goblins to a wolf.
Okay.
2 goblins in a trench coat.
Goblins in trench coat, thank you.
It's
There's
just 2
also-
goblins riding another goblin.
So there's also the wolf chariots, but what I first thought of is you're kind of a space wolf. Here's a way to get some extra wolves that, have some actual personality to them.
Yeah. Other than the other stuff that they had for a while there.
Mm-hmm. Gives you some different options. But then
Like what you had to do, where you had to go get the cyber.
Oh god, yeah, I got the Chaos Juggernauts and converted them into Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Yep. So, but then the other thing that was coming out of the Goblin stuff that made me extremely happy was the fact that the Doomdiver Catapult is coming back for the Goblins. And for anybody who doesn't know what that is literally it launches Goblins who basically have
They're goblins with kites.
they're Goblins with kites, but it's not just Goblins with kites because they actually have explosives attached to them.
Of course they do.
They were goblins.
Yeah, that's a given.
But
It should be a given. I'm not gonna say it's always a given.
Goblin artillery.
Yeah.
Will the
Yeah.
Goblin have artillery? No, the Goblin are artillery.
Correct.
they have
guided.
self-guided artillery.
Yeah.
Guided artillery. Well, that's the thing. Is like this is a piece that I've been wondering what was going to happen to it for the longest time because it disappeared for a while. So I will be honest. I am so happy to see this damn thing coming back. So.
And I mean, okay, if you play enough Magic the Gathering though, you just assume that if goblins are flying, that they're gonna have explosives on them.
You should, in my opinion.
They're coming at you for a reason.
Yeah. And it's not to be friends.
No, it's not. And then the last one that they did that caught my attention was the new Eldari stuff. They actually showed off some of the new Phoenix Lords, the new Fire Dragons. But the one that really caught my attention, and I think you'll like it too, is the new Phoenix Lord for the Warp Spiders. This is one that's never had a model before.
Oh, okay.
And I believe, let's see here, just making sure. Yeah, it's a female Phoenix Lord, which I really like. That we're doing another female character as well, but she looks fantastic. And my first immediate thought was, I'm gonna get one just to convert up as part of the Necromunda gang I'm building.
Yeah.
Because she's just got that beautiful look of like this technological suit that's got guns and a sword and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna be a broke motherfucker because the Krieg, and then the rest of the initial that they've shown for the rest of the start of the year, I'm like, okay, cool, I have time to recover. The Krieg are gonna break me so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, those all look pretty dang cool.
Yep. Sorry to bogart like 10 minutes of the.
No, that's what I'd rather have is
Good
us
information.
talking about like fun, cool new things in the hobby. I got to talk about Trench Crusade a little bit, and then got to talk about new releases for Warhammer. So what's not to love, right?
Those feel really bad. I've always had a thing against the horses in Warhammer. I don't know why.
Like me with dinosaurs in D&D.
They're just not your thing. That's fine.
Nope. Sure, we
Like
can
I
have
said-
magic and everything, but you keep those fucking dinosaurs right out of there. Just they don't belong here where magic is.
Well, and then you also have a friend of Luma Luma.
Yeah, I know. Which, when he was making his campaign, I'm just like, there's gonna be dinosaurs in here. And he's like, no, there's gonna be no dinosaurs. It's like, no, I know you. There's going to be dinosaurs.
There's
Like-
going to be all of the dinosaurs.
Uh huh.
I know you well enough. There will be a dinosaur somewhere.
There will be a dinosaur island. That I will never want to go to, but like 90% of the adventure is going to take place there.
And the rest of the hooligans around the table will all immediately go to the dinosaur island.
Yeah. Just because I don't want to. Oh, yeah.
Where we going? Right there. Son of a bitch.
Yep.
Who's the other random person in the bar? I want to talk to him.
Yeah. You mean the one I didn't flesh out? Yeah, I want to talk to him.
He looks interesting. His name is Tim.
Yeah.
Those would call me Tim.
Oh yeah, Trav, to answer your question from the other day, the Azareth healer is
Yeah.
good reading also.
Good. Like that. Sometimes when you like listen to them, they're better than. You know what I mean? Or if you read them, it's way better than the person that's reading it out loud or whatever.
Yeah, depending upon how good
The narrator is.
The there we go, narrator. But yeah, that
word person.
the wordsmith, yes.
I use words good.
Yep.
The orator of the story.
Words are hard.
But yeah, just the brutality of her combat.
Oh yeah, and that's like that, like when they're like, like the scenes like when she's done, she's like giggling at herself for the crazy ass shit she just did or whatever. That the narrator hits that really, really well. You got me looking at Warhammer models, and everything's $50. And I'm just like, yeah, that's cool.
Just sell some of your kids.
I only got two. I don't got too many to sell.
I mean, sell it
We got
to
two.
me.
That's enough. That's a lot.
So what they do? They're worth like 14 grand, aren't they?
Time to pull your weight for Dad's hobbies.
Right.
You don't need all your children, right? I'm sure someone else wants them.
The Warlock Bombardiers down.
I'm just saying, did you not link the picture of the Goblin Doom Diver?
No, I did not. I wasn't thinking about it. Give me a sec. I can do that. One of those benefits of being able to go back and forth really fast.
Don't worry, it took me a while to figure out how the fuck this website works. When I clicked it, I was like, how does this work?
I'm not gonna lie. My first immediate thought was, I'm sorry, you're technologically challenged.
Well, like, I I didn't know you had to open this. Like, I was just looking for model pricing, and it's dumb that it's not on the same website. Like, if you click, you know what I mean? Like, if you click on, like, the, it shows you whoever you can look at, but you have to go shop online, and it opens up a new browser page. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It's easy to work now.
No, you're fine. The community page is all about just information. It's not about shopping. But there, I did post the picture of it.
God, those things are fun. So, I like playing the Total War Warhammer, and you can fire any of the artillery pieces in game, and aim them, and you watch them come in, and it's really fun with the Goblin Doom Divers because they scream with joy. Yeah, they have great Goblin voiceover, and and they're plummeting to their doom.
I was watching some little funny animations for Diablo 4, and it was just people running through playing the game, and randomly running across like the demons and stuff like that, but they just so accurately grabbed the some of the little voices of the demons, the Rockabee.
Oh yeah, bish bosh.
It just made me giggle every time I heard it.
Yep.
Makes sense. Alright, I got them all.
Great success.
Yep.
Oh, that's dumb. Fuck you, game.
Sure, semi feels the same way.
Ooh. I'm glad everything that I think looks really cool is all sold out. So.
Well, it's sold out for now.
Check back in another few days.
Close one. I do like the rattling snipers with the fucking sausage.
And those are, I believe they're just a holiday model.
Yeah, I think it's just a limited time.
Bad sausages I had. Yes, I did. Some bad sausages.
It's what played in my head as soon as he said sausages.
Yep.
What's that from?
Episode of Family Guy where they're doing like a colonial thing, and it's Stewie is King George. Chris is just like this random Royal Marine, and yes, I did. I saw it. Yes, I did. So yes, I did. And just like talk like that, and like Stewie finally goes, "Why the hell do you talk like that?" He says, "I ate some bad sausages. I did. Yes, some bad sausages." Not even worth a corn farthing, I think. Not a corn farthing.
why in Space Marine 2 can't I be an aggressor?
Aren't all Space Marines technically aggressors?
No, they're liberators.
Oh, yes, that's right. You're
We're
being
liberating
rescued.
you.
Please do not resist.
I was thinking of the actual model. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, with the amount of bullshit as you deal with in Space Marine 2, you should be all in Terminator armor. I don't care. Have you seen me play that game?
You actually know the number one worst enemy of Terminators, right?
Gene sneakers.
It's quick-moving enemies, because the fact of the matter is, it takes them too damn long to actually get that power pistol and then actually get shit.
That's what the autocannon is for. Just destroy everything that direction.
You've made a mistake if you've let them get that close.
Unfortunately, when there's 200,000 of them, they're getting them close.
See, I'm just saying, you should be able to roll up with like a 3-man squad like that. And then everything on screen dies.
Mission success.
That me and Ish did play with that fucking grenade launcher. It kind of takes the challenge of killing the Carnifex out of the game.
I bet.
It just melts them. But yeah, they're adding a heavy stubber to the Ogre.
You say more.
In
Go
the
on.
next patch, they're adding the new weaponry family. I think they're adding 3 heavy stubbers, 2-handed power swords for the zealots, 2-handed force swords for the psychers, and something else too. There's a whole bit. I still haven't ever played that training mission they added.
Yeah, I saw that they're adding a mission to go back to the carnival and do some more stuff.
Yeah, that'll be like 2 missions I've never played.
Sorry.
That's allowed. Put that away for another few minutes.
Yeah.
What do you think of Midnight Sun?
I enjoy it. I mean, I'm on my second playthrough, actually.
I think I fell into a trap, and I'm a grinder,
Yeah.
and I think the game isn't great for grinding. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of, between every mission, there's a lot of, like, fuck around time, it seems. I don't know.
I don't agree with that, but
I felt like I needed to run around and talk to everybody after every mission, before you went to bed or whatever, to start the next one.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of narrative things you can learn by doing it.
Yeah, and that's, if it's not necessary, I was feeling like I needed to do all that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things that, like, when I played through it on the first time through, I listened to everybody, you know, where you get a lot of the grinding out of it is when people are like, well, I want to build special
And that's my, like, I didn't get super far into the game because I will grind everything. You've seen how much I played Space Marine. So I think I just did the trap of I didn't progress the game far enough.
Probably.
And I just didn't open up more, and then something new and shiny came along and I just switched. Like, it wasn't like, I was never like, this game sucks. It was just like, this game needs to open up more, so it wasn't calling back to me, basically, is what it was.
I mean, that's a very distinct possibility. When I sat down and I played it the first time, I mean, I spent the time to, like, I picked 4 or 5 heroes, right?
Yep.
And I was like, cool, I'm bringing my main character and these 4 or 5. And that's what I did. I didn't bother really messing with anybody else. I didn't do any of that other stuff until, like, way later in the game. And I was like, oh, okay, like, these couple characters have missions that are coming where I'm gonna have to deal with. Okay, cool, I'm gonna level them up. But I don't know, it's one of those games that it can be if you let yourself fall behind and just decide you're not gonna progress into the story, yeah, I can definitely feel like there's nothing there.
I never felt like there was nothing there. It just felt like, you know, because I would go off in like any of those games that just let you do battles, and that game does let you just do battles, it seems. And if there's no clock, I'm just like, I'm gonna overlevel my guys so it's easier for me when I play. And then it was like trying to run around, do the puzzles and stuff, which I just could have ignored for a while. If that makes sense.
I'm the same as you, Trav. Anytime I play a game like that, I pretty much go check every corner about every 3 seconds.
Yeah, and like without like, and I think that's why I like XCOM so much, because it always pushes you, and you can't just sit and grind, because it plays well to my fault of I'll sit there and grind in games like, and I'll grind them to detriment sometimes. Or then you'll play like Assassin's Creed and I'm like, this game is too grindy now.
All right. Well, that gets us to about 10:30 here. Yeah, just put on some basic materials on these guys. Otherwise, yeah, like, I don't feel like there's much else I need to do on these guys.
Those are looking good.
Yeah.
Some swamp house on.
Yep,
Barnacles really pop.
they do. So, yeah, well, thank you for hanging out, everybody. I really appreciate it. Doc, thank you for all of the gift subscriptions. That was awesome.
I forgot about that. I'm just wondering what you were going to say.
Well,
But you're welcome. You're welcome.
yeah, it was just kind of like a, whoa, hey, starting out strong. So, I appreciates it. So, thank you everybody in chat for hanging out in chat too. Ty, if you're still there, or if you fell asleep, I totally understand. So, yeah, I don't know right now if I will be streaming Wednesday or not, because I have a buddy coming over, but he may want to see how, like, I stream and all that, so I'll let people know in Discord if I am streaming tonight, or streaming Wednesday night or not. Yeah, otherwise we'll just kind of take it from there. And, yeah, so if I'm not streaming on Wednesday, everyone have, if you celebrate it, have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. And, yeah, otherwise we'll hopefully see you on Wednesday, and otherwise see you in a week. And just remember, between now and then, to keep on painting.
Gobble, gobble.